Alright guys, it's Mini Monster 218 with the Monday Night Raw recap from the 3rd, July 3rd. I'm doing this on the 4th of July. Happy American Day. So let's get into this really quick. So it opened up with Seth Rollins coming out, getting ready to cut a promo, doing his thing, and then Cody Rhodes came out like he was coming out for a match. He came out full ring gear, did the thing and gave up for the belt. Came out, said one word, then Brock Lesnar returned. After his brief hiatus, he came out, and it was on site. Cody just instantly just went, hey, you know what? We're throwing hands. So he threw hands. So that was the opening segment. Then it quickly transitioned from after Cody and Brock left to Judgment Day coming out and telling Seth to, hey, we got the Money in the Bank contract. Watch your back. We're going to cash in. And Seth was like, no, you won't, because I'm the best. And that was basically it. And then it turned quickly from there to Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura match. Priest won. Match, of course, was good. Shinsuke is awesome, but it kind of sucks that Shinsuke is taking all these pins. He's taking like a bunch of different pins, but unfortunately, I like Shinsuke. Kind of sucks that he's taking all these pins. Then from there, we transitioned to Ronda Rousey. She came out to cut a promo, but right as she got the mic, Shayna Baszler came out. They're kind of going off their whole thing of why they don't like each other, whatever they're doing, and then went to a brawl. Where Shayna nailed a very stiff knee to the side of Ronda's face. That ended a transition to a tag team turmoil match for the number one contendership for Liv and Raquel's tag team championship matches. So the teams were Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Emma, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, and Tegan Knox. Indy Hartwell, who we're finally seeing get some action here, and Candice LeRae. So the match started with Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. They started against Deville and Green. And then went from there. Deville and Green won, and then kind of just went from there. And then the match just kind of did this thing until Deville and Green won. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, your number one contenders for the tag team for Liv and Raquel's tag team championship. It was a fun little, just setting up. We're actually doing something with those belts. We're setting up matches. It's nice to see we're not just throwing random tag teams like, oh yeah, you guys are fighting these guys this week. We're actually doing some matches for that. Then we go into a Becky Lynch promo calling out Trish Stratus always start. Trish came out with the perfected face mask. Apparently she took a pretty big bump during Money in the Bank a couple days before. That turned into, didn't really lead much, but the feuds keep going on. Then we had a 6-man tag team match with Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. So Maxine Dupree got in the ring. Match is going to be as what you expect between Alpha Academy and Viking Raiders. Incredible. Maxine Dupree actually got the win for Alpha Academy, which is kind of surprised. She came out here, I think this is her in-ring debut, but I'm not 100% sure. But she got the Ren Sunset Flip, took the W, hit a suplex, all the fun things that Professor Gable's been teaching her. From there, we transitioned to Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. So they did that again, but this time the match was actually good. So Ripley came out first, was doing her entrance and got attacked by Natalya, and it turned into a full-blown match. We even got a cool thing where Natalya was hitting the sharpshooter on Rhea, and she busted her lip open so she had blood in her teeth, and it was like, oh, this is cool. Match was actually pretty good. After the match, though, soon to attack Natalya, and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez came out and actually saved Natalya, which I was kind of surprised about that they did that. Up next, we had Matt Riddle versus Imperium Giovanni Vinci. Vinci won revenge from him busting up his leg. Matches went off almost every other time, like when he fought Ludwig Kaiser. It ended, Matt Riddle hitting a surprise win out of nowhere, and then Imperium attacking him. But it ended with Drew McIntyre coming back and saving Matt Riddle, and setting up the whole thing with him and Gunther. Yeah, so Matt Riddle is still there. And then we go from there to the main event, which is Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. But before that, we got a brief interview with Drew and Matt Riddle, who looks like they're going to be taking on Imperium next week. So Drew's in-ring debut, his in-ring return looks like will be next week. We also got a few other brief promos in there, like Io Sky came out and said some cool Japanese stuff to Rhea Ripley, and held up her briefcase. So we're getting that brief thing. I think of that. So Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio. I mean, we're not getting a 5-star classic here. It's, big boy calm Dom until Seth won by DQ because Damien jumped in the ring and hit south of heaven on Seth, and that became a big thing until Finn came out of nowhere, right as Damian Priest was attempting to cash in his Money in the Bank to get the championship, because he was hitting all these. Dom hit like 2 frog splashes. They're hitting Seth with everything they could. Yeah, from there that was Monday Night Raw for the 3rd of July. Overall, I mean, it's better than normal, but this is the post Money in the Bank Monday Night Raw, so it wasn't too crazy. I enjoyed it overall. I give it 3 stars out of 5. We're building, get ready for SummerSlam in Detroit. So yeah.